Bishop, good to see you again. Recently you were in Rome, and
Yes.
we had that great picture of you and the Pope. It was on the front page of the tablet, and it must have been quite a thrill to meet the Pope. You've met him before.
I have last year, and it was good to see him again this year, up close. And he spoke to the Congress I was at for the migration, dealing with the families especially in migration. And gave a great talk, and then each bishop had an opportunity after the talk to go up and meet him personally.
Yeah. Now, it looked like you were engaged in conversation. I'm sure it wasn't a long period
it
of
was very
time.
short.
Well, what do you say to the Pope when you meet him?
Well, you like introduce yourself, who you are. I'm Bishop of Brooklyn, so it was nice to be able to say I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and give a little orientation. People can't. It's a little difficult to explain that in New York there are two dioceses. Everybody doesn't quite get that, and then you explain and say we have more people in the city of New York than the archdiocese does, and that's another shock to most people. We actually have about 300,000 to 400,000 people more than the archdiocese in the city of New York. So we really are New York.
We are the New York City. Well, of course, we have many immigrants here in this diocese. We're known as the Diocese of Immigrants, and there's been so much talk lately about immigration. It's been in the news. What was the topic of the Congress that you were at? What were some of the topics that you were talking about?
Well, the topic was really on economic migration, why people leave their home countries in search of a better life for economic reasons. And there was some concentration on forced migration, which is a major problem in Europe today. And in fact, at the last day, I took an overnight went down to Sicily to see how they're receiving these people that are coming mostly over the Mediterranean from Africa. But the conference itself concentrated on how we can integrate economic migrants into the church, what pastoral care they need. Was very well done.
While you were over there, President Obama signed an executive order here that would help out some people, a limited amount of people, I guess people who have been here for 5 years or more and are working. Is this, was this something good? Is this, the bishop seemed to have been in favor of it.
Yes, I think the relief that was given to probably at least 500 million people could maybe benefit from this if they come out, is something good. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics, the methodology, the fighting between the parties. That's another thing. But in effect, what was done was something needed, something good, but something obviously debatable too.
But it's something that could change overnight too.
It could. It's an executive order. Another president could overturn it. Probably not very easily, but it certainly set a precedent for what needed to be done.
And in New York City, Mayor de Blasio also signed into law another bill protecting undocumented immigrants. And he did it at a Catholic setting in front of Our Lady of Sorrows Church out in Corona. What practical implications did that bill have here in New York City?
Well, it's two things. One is done previously about the identification cards for all New York residents, which will give every immigrant, especially undocumented people, some kind of identity, which is important. Secondly, this new city council that passed the law, and he affirmed it, is that there will be no turning over of immigrants to immigration services when there's a minor offense, a traffic offense, or something that is really not a criminal offense, it's a civil offense. So that's probably a good thing also.
Yeah. Seems like immigration reform means something different to everybody. We all want to be in favor of immigration reform. What is the aim? What is the ultimate goal of immigration reform? We all want it, but what is it that we're trying to get to?
Immigration reform basically needs to give status to the people who are here. How they came is another question. Many people are stuck on, well, they came illegally, they broke the law. Well, there's a point there. At the same time, they're here working, integrated into our communities, providing part of the labor force here. Unfortunately, the immigration system that we have is not allowing people to come in a timely manner to fill the jobs that we have, and that's why the system is broken. It's not relating to the needs of our country for immigrants. That's why we allow immigrants to come, because we need them. If we didn't need them, we could say, well, we have enough people, we can't absorb people. But that we never said in all history of the United States. We've become restrictive at times, but we've never stopped immigration. So it's important to recognize that these reforms are really only recognizing the reality that's here, that people have come, They found jobs, they're integrated, they're not a drain on our society, they're a net gain when all is said and done.
Sure. Bishop, thank you so much for your insights.
You're welcome.